Hey, it's Nick from Grayscale Gorilla, and welcome back to the What's New in R16 training series. In this video, I'm going to show you the new motion tracker inside of Cinema 4D R16. So let's head on in and let me show you how to get tracking here. So it is a full 3D motion tracker that is built in, and it's pretty easy to use. It's really stable. Let me show you how to get started. Now you can set up a custom track and do all this stuff, but the easiest way I've seen to do it is to just click full solve, pull in your video. And this is actually an iPhone video that I took on my way to work this morning. And it sets up your scene. It does the right frame rate. It does the right ratio, the right screen size. It gets it all ready. And then all you have to do after this is wait. So you can see down in the corner, it's preloading all the footage. So it's going to do this. It's going to store it all in the RAM. It's going to set out 2D tracking points. It's going to try to solve it for 3D. It's going to try to do all this stuff and guess where the camera is and all that stuff that does take some time. So in true Grayscale Gorilla kind of hopefully rules, we're gonna sit and watch this thing do its work. I tend not to edit videos. I tend not to fast forward and wait for render times because I want you guys to see how long stuff takes. And this does take a little bit. Now it's, you know, a minute or two, and this is only 90 some frames. But it's almost done. So when we're done, what we're going to see is it's going to pop back out. That actually didn't take too long. It's going to pop back out here, and it's going to have all of our tracking dots in 3D space. So obviously these are the walls, and we also have a floor here that it popped some marks onto, and it basically, when we hit play, we'll guess where the camera was, and that's pretty much it. I kind of lined up in the alleyway, and I just kind of moved my phone around, right? And it looks pretty stable. You know, we're losing some points. You know, it's not 100% clear where some points are, but this is it. The only thing we have to do now is tell it where the floor is and what way is up and what way is down and a couple other things. So the way you do that is in the motion tracker, in the menu here, we have constraints. First, I like to create a position constraint. And the way you do that is you just click that and then you click right where you want it. So what this does is if we zoom out of our camera, this sets the axis of our entire scene right there, right? So now our entire scene is flat to the ground, but you can see it's not quite even. It thinks this is the floor, but this is actually the floor right here. So the way we have to fix that is we have to give it a plane. So now let's go back to where we have more data points here, and this might help a little bit. All right, let's go right there. And in this case, we need to set up a planar constraint for the floor. So I'm going to grab this one and this one and this one. And that might be not too far apart. Maybe picking ones further apart would help, but just going to see how this works. The next thing you have to do is set up a axis for your constraint. So in this case, when you have a plane, the axis is always the axis that is not represented by the plane. So the plane goes X and it goes Z, and it's always its axis not represented that defines it. So in this case, we have a Y plane for the floor. We need one more thing, usually from the wall or some other straight object, and in this case we need a vector constraint. So in this case I'm going to grab the this kind of wall, looks like it tracked straight down. This is our another Y axis, and this should automatically solve it. So when we move out here and check out the floor should be identical to those bottom pink dots here, which it looks like it is. The walls looks like it's all set up, ready to go, and we are now ready to add objects to our 3D scene. So now it's as easy as just grabbing the object you want tracked and then making sure from the side view that it is on the same plane that you want it to sit on. So in this case, it's right about there. So now let's back up, hit play, and see if it doesn't look like it's sitting right there in the alley. It does. Cool. So now from here, we won't get into it today. I'm sure we'll do it in another tutorial as R16 comes out and as we play with it more. But now you could build up a little bit of geometry for the walls and then project this onto it, project it onto the floor, and do all that great stuff to then pick up the reflections, pick up the lighting, and some of the other things we did in other motion tracking tutorials. But now we don't have to head into After Effects. We could do it all right here and motion track it and get it all set to go. So if I duplicate this, this sphere here and kind of move it forward, come on, pick it up. There you go. So it's a little bit off base. Looks like we have to do a little bit more tracking, not tracking, but a little bit more kind of constraining to make sure that it is super accurate to the world space. But if we just kind of move this one up, it doesn't have to touch the floor. If we move this one up, you can see all the parallaxing is built in, and we get a lot for free now that we have our camera solved and we can add all this stuff. So check out some of the examples on the What's New in R16 page on our website. We have some render examples of this, and we can't wait to add this into our workflow, especially with some of these tutorial ideas we have where we would have had to use either some expensive 3D tracking software to be able to pull it off, which now is included. So we're looking forward to do this in some tutorials really soon and add this with the new texturing and some other stuff in R16. And it looks like we'll have some fun here as soon as it's out and you guys can start playing with it. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video, another tutorial real soon. Thanks as always for watching. Bye, everybody.